In order to solve an equation that contains multiple rational expressions, we need to find a common denominator for all of the rational expressions, and so to do so, we're going to write out our denominators as factors. So 3r squared is 3 times r times r. 6r squared is 3 times 2 times r, and 2r is just 2 times r. So the common denominator we're going to be looking for is 2 times 3 times r, or 6r squared. So now we need to multiply each of our original expressions by something so that the denominator will be 6r squared. We can multiply it by anything over itself. So for our first expression, we can multiply by 2 over 2. For our second expression, we already have 6r squared as the denominator, so we don't need to multiply by anything. And for our 1 over 2r, we need to multiply by 3r over 3r. So we're just multiplying by 1 here, but we're changing these expressions into a form where they will all have 6 over r squared as the denominator. That will give us 8r plus 16 over 6r squared, minus r minus 6 over 6r squared, and that's going to equal 3r over 6r squared. And the reason we get all the denominators the same is that now we can multiply both sides of the equation by that common denominator and cancel it out, and we get rid of all the fractions. So what we're looking at now is 8r plus 16, r minus 6, and we're going to subtract those two quantities. Now, it's really important to make sure that you put parentheses there when you do that subtraction, otherwise you might just end up subtracting the r and not the negative 6. And that of course is going to equal 3r. Well, 8r plus 16 minus r plus 6 is going to equal 3r, and we now have common terms on the left side. So we can have 8r minus r is going to give us 7r, and 16 plus 6 is going to give us 22. That's all going to equal 3r. Now if we subtract 3r from both sides of the equation, we're going to have 4r plus 22 equals 0. We could subtract 22 from both sides of the equation, and that will give us 4r is equal to negative 22. And then if we divide both sides of the equation by 4, we will have our final answer, which is r is going to be equal to negative 22 over 4, or reduced negative 11 over 2.